Hey everybody, how you doing out there today? Welcome to KP's Health Tip. So, health tip today, eat less processed food. So, processed food, you might say, well, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's basically a food that's been changed, altered, mechanically or chemically. Operations performed on it so it can sustain living on a shelf, preserving it, just not really good. So usually there's a high content of added sugar as well as sodium and salt. Stuff's just not good for you. There are some exceptions to processed food. So typically processed food will come in a box or a bag, usually more than one item on the back label if you read it. So many varieties of chemicals, things we can't pronounce. The list is usually long of ingredients on that back. Usually it could be frozen. So eating processed food, there's a large and alarming rate of obese individuals in the US specifically. So obesity rate's high, high blood pressure is high and running rampant, and the rise of type 2 diabetes continues to go that way. So examples of processed food right off the top of my head, things like boxed macaroni, potato chips, drive-through restaurants like McDonald's and Burger King. So the minimum foods that could be processed that might be okay, I would say, would be things like bagged vegetables, bagged fruit, frozen fruit, stuff that you find in the frozen section of the supermarket, any kind of nut. Those are pretty decent for you still. They're processed, but I would suggest those are fine. I shop, I buy that stuff. Food that's kind of heavy on the processed side, and during the pandemic, we're eating a lot of it, including myself and my kids and my whole family, would be things like stuff that's ready to go. So potato chips, crackers, deli meats. That's been something that, being kind of quarantined and at home a lot, you find yourself snacking on it quite a bit. The ones that are most heavily that I would probably promote not eating it too often would be stuff that's pre-made. So frozen pizza, microwavable dinners, just quick throw in the microwave stuff that's frozen. So be mindful of that. But in closing, I would say everything in moderation. Minimize that intake of processed food. Aim to do more prep work and cooking at home. I mean, we're home. Base meals basically off of whole foods, including vegetables, beans, and whole grains. And that's my tip of the day. So eat less processed food. Everything in moderation. Hope this was helpful. Continue to stay well, everybody, and see you soon. Be well.